massive update from Mistral, which is a free tool. I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. They've actually allowed a bunch of stuff I've never seen available for free before. So, for example, number one, you actually get Canvas. Now, we all know about ChatGPT Canvas and how powerful that is, but now you can actually use this for free directly inside Mistral. I've been testing out today. It's absolutely amazing. And you can also see here, you get, for example, web search, image generation, fast responses, and this is completely free. They've actually got a features table here where you can compare, okay, here's what you pay for on ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude, and here's what you get for free with Le Chat from Mistral. So, for example, web search with citations, Canvas, image generation, image documentation, task agents, and a single platform for all of this, right? Now, what's really cool about this is you can automate, for example, internal links, writing, you can share stuff, you can build your own tools. Let me get into exactly how we can use it. And I'll be giving away all the prompts, all the SPs, and all the tips and templates from today as well. So let's get into Lead Chat. This is what it looks like. So you get it at chat.mistral.ai/chat. And then inside here is a bunch of cool stuff. So for example, we can select Canvas. I'm going to show you all of these because there's so much depth to this tool. But I'm going to show you, for example, Canvas and how you can use this step by step. So for example, if we use this prompt right here, which has worked really well for me before, you can see the prompt, the details, etc. on how to do that. And then inside the canvas here, this is basically pulling up like an example of ChatGPT Canvas. If you're not familiar with ChatGPT Canvas, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if we go to Canvas over here, then we'll select from the list ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas. Then we can buy, and you can use exactly the same prompt. But the biggest difference here is that ChatGPT Canvas is paid, whereas this is completely free from Canvas. Now, if we actually check out how much content that produced for one single prompt, you see here it's 786 words. There's also got some internal links like you see right here. If you go back to ChatGPT, you can see that it's not formatted it nicely. It's not included internal links. It's got loads of these big AI dashes, which are like classic AI generated footprints, basically signaling this is AI generated content. Whereas if you go on to this content here, it's actually pretty good. Now, once you've generated that content on a canvas, number one, you can actually share it. So you can actually export as Markdown, export as PDF, or share this with your team, kind of like a shared writing tool. But additionally, you can also automate internal links. So for example, if we take this paragraph right here, we'll just grab a random page from my site. We'll select that, we'll ask for the chat, and we'll say, rewrite this paragraph, but include a natural internal link to this page. And then we're going to insert the page that we want to link to. And now it's going to rewrite that paragraph without having to rewrite the whole thing, you see? So it's inserted this paragraph, it's inserted this sentence. It says, if you're ready to transform your online presence, consider booking a strategy session to get started. It's kind of like WordPress Gutenberg, but it's directly inside the AI chat, which means that you can edit content, you can bold it, you can format it, and you can insert new prompts. So for example, if you're like, oh, okay, I want to simplify this language, you can do just that and then rewrite the content so it actually feels a lot simpler and easier to understand. Or because it's got it in context, so because the content is directly inside the canvas here, we can go back to the chat and say, come up with an SEO optimized title, make it clickbait and curiosity driven. Now, because it has the context of the article, it's going to rewrite that. It's really easy to insert it. Now, let's say you need to add some external links to your page. Let's try this. I don't know if it works, but we can test it. So I'm going to highlight, for example, this section right here. And I'm going to say, give me some ideas for relevant external links that I can insert. And here you can see it's actually giving us some external links, right? So you can see how easy it is to, number one, generate a big block of content that you can then chisel down into something quality by adding external links, internal links, improving the writing, adding more CTAs, improving the titles, etc. And you can do it all within one platform. And then you can also share it with your team so that they can work on it too. You know, stuff like, for example, external links is such a pain normally to go through this. Like there are actual paid tools for stuff like this because it's so annoying to get through. Whereas now you can actually automate the whole process using Mistral inside the canvas and it doesn't cost you anything. Pretty crazy if you ask me. We could also rewrite the intro because typically AI generated introductions are not very good at all. So if we select that, we'll paste this in, this prompt right here to rewrite the introduction just to make it more interesting. That time it's not actually replaced the content itself, but it is pretty easy to just take what it's generated in the chat and then paste it over the top. Now, Mistral can also code. So for example, if we say create an SEO calculator, it's going to start planning it out like you see right here. Bear in mind as well, ChatGPT can't really code these tools and preview them for you. So you can create code inside ChatGPT, which is a paid tool. Mistral is a free one, and it should let you preview the front end code as well. We'll wait for that to load. Or you could use, for example, Claude AI, but they do have a message limit directly on there, even if you're on the paid plan. Additionally, for artifacts, like I think you have to pay for that. So you can see as long as we select Canvas, I didn't select Canvas before, that's why I didn't show. But if we say create an SEO calculator and make sure you selected Canvas inside the chat, it's going to pull up on the left-hand side here, all the text ready to go. Whereas if we do that inside ChatGPT, it's going to write the code for you, which is great, but it's not going to let you preview it, right? Whereas if you go back to Mistral and you've got the code on the left-hand side here, and you're probably like, whoa, how do I watch it? How do I check this out? How do I see the front end? So if you click on the view over here, show preview, and then you can preview the code like so. So you can prompt Mistral on the right-hand side to update the page. You've got the code on the left-hand side, and then in the middle, you've got the tool that you can create and how to use it, etc. Create a best free SEO calculator's website, and you can see it's working on it over here. So if you want to select between like what you've done before, you can just click back on the actual preview. It will store them all inside the chat so you can get back to them. That's the other thing as well, is like you can do this inside Bolt, but it's actually quite hard to find like your older projects, your older chats, etc. And it doesn't store it in the same way. You can't go back and forth between it. Whereas you can see here now how it's flashing back and forth like a maniac, but it's basically building out the preview. So you can see here how as it codes more and more, it's generating more and more previews inside the website. And then it explains, okay, here's what I've done, how I've done it, etc. In kind of like an easy to understand way. And that's it. In one single prompt, you create a website, boom, shakalaka. Obviously, a lot of these links don't work, so you have to go back and forth and fix all the 404s and get all the rest of the pages set up. But you see how easy that is. Then if you actually want to get that live, let's say, for example, say you want to host a HTML, etc. I mean, here's an example. So we can just go to HTML code editor. We can paste in the code right there, and you can see a preview of the actual website on the right-hand side. One thing this is really cool for, actually, I would recommend this. This is what I've done with Bolt, is you can quickly build out like a Black Friday landing page in preparation for the end of the month. And then that has all your best deals on the page, like you see right here. This literally took me about, I would say, probably 10 minutes to set up, but really easy, really powerful. And it didn't take long. So I would recommend. You can even set up like an exit intent form, like you see right here, and then that'll link to my funnels. And if we check out the page, let's see if it's actually indexed. I don't think it's ranking for anything, so we only set up like 48 hours ago. You can see it's indexed in Google. And it's so easy to set up a site like that, and then you can just drive traffic to it directly. Let's try something else now. I don't know if this is going to work, but we can test it out because this requires a bit more a custom coder normally, but we're going to try and create an SEO article writer. Could be a total fail, and if anything, that's good because then you understand the limitations of the tool. But we're going to add a new plus sign right here, and I'm going to say create an SEO article writer, drop down, etc. to do all this. One thing to be careful of as well is just making sure you select Canvas. So we'll say create an SEO article writer. It's going to start coding here, like you see right here. Let's preview it now. So we have the AIs, but it doesn't seem to have like chosen an actual AI model. Let's see. I don't think this is going to work at all. Yeah, it's not. It's not up to that level of coding, so it's not quite the same level as Bolt in terms of how well it can code. So for example, if you do this directly with Bolt, usually it can figure it out pretty quickly. Inside Mistral, it's not as good, but that's good to know because then you know, okay, it can create basic stuff, but it can't create stuff at the same level as Bolt or V0. So let's go back into Mistral now, and now we're going to test out the web search. So for example, let's say you're trying to create an SEO optimized content outline, right? And you're like, okay, well, who's ranking on the first page for my keyword that I want to rank for? So we're going to say, right, who's ranking for the keyword? And we'll just plug in a random keyword, like SEO optimization. Just give me their URLs so I can use them for a content outline. Take that. And we're using Mistral search. So you can see it's searching the web, and then it's giving us some ideas of like who's on the first page for this particular keyword. Now, I don't think this is going to be using Google's API. I'm pretty sure of that, but it's probably quite similar to what's already ranking on the first page of Google. So let's put in SEO optimization, and we'll see what's ranking versus what Mistral gives us. So what developers.google, we have that. So that's at the top of the list on Mistral. It's also on the top of the list of Ahrefs as well. SEMrush's blog there. I don't think the results are quite the same, but it's quite good to just get some competitive research, see what AI thinks is the most relevant. And then from there, what you can also do is, as you can see right here, I've also got another video on Mistral if you search YouTube Mistral. But from there, you can actually tag in an agent to start creating, say, the content outline or the content creation or the keyword agent, etc. The final thing that I'm going to show you is Mistral's ability to create images. So we're going to select image generation over here, and we'll say create a picture of a cat eating a cabbage, right? Because that's probably the most relevant and useful example I could give you today. And there we go. We have a cat eating a cabbage, and it's not bad at all, actually. I've seen much worse. It feels a little bit cartoony, but it's not bad at all for generating free images. Let's see what ChatGPT comes back to us if we give it the same prompt. And bear in mind here, like from what I can see, Mistral is basically doing everything. It's doing web search, which you don't get inside Claude. It's doing code previews, which you don't get inside ChatGPT. It's doing the editable canvas, which you don't get inside Claude. And additionally, you don't get image generation inside Claude, right? It's not going to be able to do that for you. If we type in create a picture, I mean, it's on the limit anyway. Like I can't even use it for the tokens, even if I pay for it. But if we actually compare them side by side, like which image would I use? Would I use the ChatGPT one or the Mistral one? I'm going to go with the Mistral one. I think it looks a lot better. This is way worse in terms of like cartoon style, etc. I probably wouldn't want to put that inside a blog. Whereas this one, actually not bad in comparison to ChatGPT directly. So this update for Mistral is really, really good. As a free tool, the UI is super nice. It's got the canvas, the web search, image generation. It can create tools. You can create content, you can edit content, you can create images, and you can research your competitors. Plus, this is something that Claude doesn't do, for example. You can actually tag in agents. So it can be like, okay, create the content creation or create the outline or create the keywords, etc. And yeah, super powerful stuff. Really awesome. So if you want to get access to all the prompts, tips, workflows, etc. that I've talked about today, along with all the SOPs, you can see, for example, all the prompts that I've used for ChatGPT Canvas directly here. I've got 3 different SOPs in there for using Bolt and creating tools and content with Bolt. And then additionally, if you want to get access to all my prompts for all the agents that I've previously created with Mistral, which are absolutely amazing, then what I'll do, I'll plug that inside this document as well, and you can get access to that. So if you want to get access to the Mistral SOP, it is right there, my friends. So what I'm going to do from here is I will take the link from today, and you can get that directly inside my free SEO course, link in the comments and description. This comes with over 200 ChatGPT AI SEO strategies, along with my best prompts, tips, and SOPs to get your website ranked. And if you go into the free SEO tools section and then add a new lesson called Pixtral Large, we'll plug that into my free SEO course, link in the comments and description, and you have the video notes from today directly in there. Now, if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session that shows you how to get more leads, traffic, sales, SEO, feel free to put that in, link in the comments description. We'll give you a free SEO domination plan. You discover the secrets of SEO link building. We'll answer any questions you have one-to-one. You'll learn the best link building strategy for your website, plus how to quickly outrank your competitors link building, how to 10x SEO traffic based on what's working for us. Link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.